So I got a lot of feedback from you guys, and a lot of you didn't understand what under the gun is, the hijack, low jack, cutoff button, like all that. You guys, none of you guys really understood what that was, and I'm sorry for not explaining. If I play in a game that's 1-3 no limit, then the blind is gonna be small blind $1, big blind $3. Under the gun is the person right next to him to his left. Under the gun +1 is right next to his left. Under the gun +2 is next to his left, and it goes on. So the order goes small blind, big blind, under the gun +1, under the gun +2, low jack, hijack, cutoff, button. So those are the 9 positions in a hold'em table. Sorry guys, my battery was draining and I had to come back down from the hill. So yeah, I'm gonna leave a picture, maybe right here or down here. I don't really know where I'm gonna put it, but I'm gonna show you guys the positions. So next time when I'm explaining and going over a hand, you guys can just go back to the chart and see what I mean when I talk about a certain position. Also, many of you told me that you wanted me to get more action of what's going on the poker table. So I'm going to try and get more footage of when I'm playing poker, you know, to show more of my whole cards when I get cards and how the action is unfolding. So yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do today for you guys, and hopefully you guys like the video. So it's time to go play some poker. Okay guys, so on this session we went to go play at Hollywood Park Casino. I really like playing there. I've only been there about, I think, 3 times, but it's a really nice casino. And this time we played a little bit of higher stakes. We played a 3-5 instead of the 1-3. So on this hand we have pocket jacks and under the gun +2, and we raised to 20. The hijack calls, and then the small blind 3 bets to 75. It's not a really big 3 bet, but he does have me covered, and I don't really want to jam all in here. I think we should see a flop, so I go ahead and call, and so does the hijack. So the flop comes 8-6-5 with 2 spades. We do have a spade, so it's not a terrible flop. It's actually a pretty good flop for us. The hijack folds and the small blind calls it off. The turn comes a queen, the river, another 8. We show and we take it down. So within like 10 minutes into the session, we go ahead and double up. So we bought in for 300, and now we're at a little bit over $600. So it's a pretty good start. Okay guys, so on this next hand, it gets very interesting. So it starts off with the under the gun player raising to $15. The under the gun +1 calls 15, and we're in the small blind with pocket 8s. We go ahead and make the call, and so does the big blind. So we go 4 ways to the flop, and the flop comes out ace 8-4. So we hit a set, but we're gonna go ahead and check it. And the big blind checks as well, and it goes to the under the gun +1 player, who bets $35. I could raise here, but I think it's better to just call and keep letting them bet. And now the under the gun player goes ahead and raises to $125. It's a pretty strange spot, but he goes ahead and raises to 125, and the under the gun plus one player goes ahead and makes the call. At this point we could jam, but I think that the under the gun player isn't going to shut off, and there really isn't any cards that I'm afraid of, so I think a call is just better here in this spot. So that's what I do, and I just call the 125, and the turn comes another ace, so we fill up, we have a full house, and we check it over to him, and the under the gun jams all in. The under the gun plus one player has like 12 bucks left. He goes ahead and calls it off, and we snap call it. So we go to a river, and the river comes a 9, so it doesn't change anything. And the under the gun player shows ace queen, so he hit trips. We go ahead and show our pocket 8s, and we went with the full house. So we had about $210 left in our stack. We win this pot, a huge pot, about $860, somewhere around there, and it was definitely a great hand. So we're up in the green. So on this last hand, the under the gun raises to $15, and as we're stacking up our chips, you know, we're in the cutoff, and we look down at pocket aces. We go ahead and 3-bet to $50. The button cold calls $50, which is pretty interesting. He should have a pretty good hand here to call $50 pre-flop, especially a raise coming from under the gun. So I put him on a strong range. And then the small blind, which is the action player, he goes ahead and jams all in for about 140, 150. Under the gun folds. It's back to me. I take a little bit of time, you know, kind of thinking about it, you know, see if I have a decision, because I want the button to call as well. So after a little bit of thinking, I go ahead and make the call, and so does the button. So we're 3 ways all in, about a little over $400 in the pot. The board runs out, you know, queen, king, and low cards, and we turn over our hand, pocket aces, and we take it down. So again, we win with the best hand, and this session is definitely going our way.
Yeah, and then suited, and then suited. Suited, I know. I almost marked it, really. Thanks. A little break.
Alright guys, so we just finished playing, and I would say it was a pretty good day. We were in the game for $400, and we cashed out for $10.90. So that's a profit of $690 according to my math. So I'll say it was a good day. Please guys, like and subscribe, and please comment any question you guys have. That way I could answer them here on the vlog. So with this, we're gonna have a good night, and see you in the next one.